Okay, so what are we doing in here? We need to take that down. We need to take this down. We need to build. We need to put frame that way. Chickens aren't heavy. We need boards. Build boxes, trays, those, a couple of roofs. I think that's it for in here. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason, and along with my wife Jen, we left Chicago in 2021. We came out here to the beautiful state of Maine, where we have been carving out our own off-grid homestead. But in today's video, we're going to be we're going to try to finish a project that we started all the way back in the fall, and that is our chicken coop. Now in the fall, we had a neighbor of ours who gave us a chicken coop, and so we had to go pick it up. Figure out how to get it back home, but we did. Once we got it here, we had dug a trench around where we were going to be putting it. We laid some fencing down to help prevent any critters from digging underneath the coop to get inside and get our birds. We also did quite a bit of work on the outside, adding new hemlock boards, and we also did a whole bunch of other work that hasn't made it to a video yet. And so while I am getting myself all together with some tools and some materials, why don't you folks sit back and see how we got here. Okay, so I think the first thing I want to fix is the roof. So I've got this 1.5 inch square lumber here. I'm going to go ahead and measure what I need, cut this up, and we'll get it installed. First thing I got to do though is get the old roof off. Why didn't I use wood that went all the way to the ends? Well, because we're poor and we don't have enough wood. That's why we got what we did. It's better than what it was. I'm okay with it, so let's move on. There's actually a lot more that needs to be fixed than I originally thought. You know, taking the plastic off, things are starting to just starting to show their age. This whole piece up here was loose, wasn't actually attached to anything. So got one screw in. I'm going to put a couple more in here, and I might put a couple on this side too, just to kind of strengthen everything up. Okay, so now that we have addressed the plastic side, we have to address this side. And what I'm going to do next is I've got to pull these little gutter shields out, or whatever these things are. We're going to pull those out, and we're going to use this metal here that's going to slide up underneath, kind of extend the roof line past the boards that I added, so that we can get all the water and so forth off of the roof, rather than having it just pour back into the chicken coop. So, all right, let's get these off. Okay, so the sides of the roof are done, so that's cool. We got the plastic done. We've got the extended roof line on this side. The next thing I need to do is figure out how I'm going to cover this. Now I took out some gutters or some plastic from here. I think what I'm going to do to make it easy is just cover this. Okay, with the roof done, we've got to move inside now, but I do want to just comment on my ridiculous corner here. I've got to fix that, but I just put something up there, a couple pieces of cedar shims, just to help prevent water from getting in there. I'll make something, I'll do something differently for that, but all right, so the first thing we've got to do is I've got to get this bottom plate put on. I think what happened was the bottom of the door rotted away, and the previous owner just cut out the bottom of the door and then put a piece of 2x4 there. Well, when we were moving it, the 2x4 got moved, got kicked and broken. So I'm gonna clean that area up and get a new board in there to seal that up. All right, well, there you have it. That's how we've gotten to this point. And now today what we're going to be doing is we're putting a floor in here. So currently we are just a big muddy mess. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a floor, a platform right here. So it'll be it's going to be from here all the way back. We're going to leave this area here open. We're going to be using some true dimension 2x4s and then hemlock boards that'll run this way. We want to make sure the girls are up off the ground, and the only way to do that is obviously to build a platform. So that's what we're going to do. I'll tell you what, once I get this platform on here, it'll be really nice to be able to walk on something solid. Because right now the mud in here is unbelievably bad. And it's just getting worse as it gets warmer. So now that we have the joists in, now all we have to do is get our boards and start cutting them. So the boards are coming along just fine. The wind here is it's crazy. But we're just gonna keep forging ahead, cutting the boards, getting them in there. Gotta get this coop done. But I tell you, it feels really, really good to be out here working again. This winter, we haven't done a lot of outdoor projects, if any. It's always nice to start getting outside again, start working. A lot of things coming this summer. A lot of things coming. All right, well, it's starting to look like something. I haven't attached the boards yet, but I'm going to here shortly. About halfway done. Now I just have to do this area here. Now, if you're wondering, because I was, how that's going to dry out during the summertime, so that this doesn't stay wet all year. I think what I'm going to do is on the front end here, I was going to put a board to seal it off, but I think I'm just going to run some fencing down just to allow airflow underneath here so that this area here dries out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like once I get done. Before I start nailing everything down, we'll take a look and yeah. All right, I'm gonna keep cutting boards. Okay, my knees hurt and I'm cold, but it's done. Got all the screws in, so this thing is now attached to the coop. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna run some runners here on the sides, both sides, and then in the back here, in between here. I don't want, when we start putting bedding in here, I don't want the bedding to fall in between from the fence into the siding there, because there's a small gap there. I don't know. I don't need it, but I want to put it there, so we're gonna do that. So that should take me just a few minutes. This is the condition I'm working in right now. This is all mud. It's all nasty. I mean, it's just terrible. Also inside of the coop as well. And before we bring the birds in, we're gonna get all that cleaned up. Yeah, so but right now, with the ground thawing, it's just disgusting. Okay, that'll do it for that portion of it. We've got all the trim up there that I wanted to put up. And it's the temperature is dropping. So I think I'm gonna put all my materials and tools in here. I'm gonna call it a night. And we'll get after the nesting boxes tomorrow. And then put the finishing touches on this thing and we'll be ready for chickens. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, well, before it gets any worse, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything put in here. And yeah, I'll be right back. Man, I should have waited just till today to do all this work out here. It is absolutely gorgeous. Stark contrast to what we had yesterday. Wind is down, temps are up, sun is out. God, I gotta love it. So I've got the dogs out here with me. We're gonna hang out for a little bit, but it is extra muddy today. But I wanted to show you guys this. These are our new tumblers. They are all etched just like that with Hanbleceya Ranch. The nice little design there. If you want yours, reach out to us via email. They're $30 shipped, and they are awesome. All right, now that I'm done with that cheap plug, where we are today, it is a muddy mess. Look at that. Terrible. Just terrible. But the only way that this chicken coop is going to get done is if I actually get it done, which requires working in the mud because it is beautiful out. Today we are working on the beds, so we're going to be putting the beds here. We're going to have 3 on this side, 3 over on this side. So without further ado, let's get started. So the design I've come up with is pretty simple. We're using these baskets. The reason we're going with baskets is we're going to want to clean their beds out every so often. So it'll be really easy to go in there, pop it out, dump it, wash it out, stick it back in there, put some new bedding in it. So that's what we're going with. And we got these at the dollar store. Really simple, really easy to use. So basically we're going to cut out a base, put up a couple sides, put a backer, put a front, and then yeah. So let's give it a shot and see how it comes out. So I'm going to show you, no, actually I'm not going to show you, not yet. We've made a ton of progress, but I'm gonna wait until I'm done. For me, it's gonna be a little bit. For you, it's just gonna be a minute. Stay tuned. You know, before we get into that though, I do have to say this. Jen and I, neither one of us have ever had chickens, but I feel like these are my babies, my girls, and I want to make them safe. I want to make them comfortable, and I don't even know them yet. So I'm trying to do the best that I can on this coop, because I want them to be coming home to a palace. I don't know if that's normal or if it's just me being silly, but there's kind of a weird thing going on in me as I'm building this coop out. Like, I just want to make sure they're happy, and I want to make sure that, you know, they like it. So anyways, just let me know in the comments if this is something normal. You know, I'm taking a lot of pride in this because, well, these chickens are going to be a lot to us and mean a lot to us. So, all right, well, enough of that. I got to get back to work. All right. We are done with this build. Now, when I say that we're done with the build, we're done with the coop build. We still have to build the run, and I am going to install some lights and a little solar on the coop, but the coop is done. The nesting boxes are done. The perches and the roost are done. I am very proud of this. But if you see anything that I've done wrong, please leave them in the comments. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and walk through the chicken coop. All right, and welcome to our chicken coop. This is something I am so proud of. I really am. Took a lot of work, a lot longer than I thought, from the time of getting it here and getting it all set up and ready. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So the coop is broken into 3 sections. This section here is all open. We've got some perches on this side, and we have some perches on this side. So I decided to go with branches just because I thought it was a little bit more natural. It's important to note that during the summertime, these 2 panels along with these 2 panels are going to come off. So this whole area where I'm standing is actually going to be open. So it'll be really nice for the birds. I didn't know how many perches to put in here. So I just went with the 3. And then, you know, on this side it has 2. So then we get to the platform. And again, this opening in here, I'm going to cover up with hardware cloth just to make sure that the birds can't get underneath it. But I need it to vent and dry out. All right, so when we come up onto the platform, this section here is where we're going to have their water. I'm also going to have a small bin in here because that's where the solar equipment is going to go. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put the light on this side or maybe on the other side where the nesting boxes are. I'm not sure yet. If you guys know where I should put the light, let me know. Maybe both spots. But so yeah, so that's on this side. On this side, if they want to sit on their perches and not feel like they're outside, they can do that here. These 2x4s here, I put over on this side in the corner for them to roost on. So as far as these trays, we brought these trays with us. I've got 4 of them. I think what we're going to do to help make it a little easier to clean is put them underneath the roosts in here, the perch and the roosts. That way, you know, when it's time to clean, we can just pull them out, empty them, put them back in, put some more bedding in there for them. So, and then for the nesting boxes, I was going to do 6. But we decided on 3 just because I think that's all we really need right now. I have space here that I can, you know, put some more nesting boxes if I need to. So there's no issue there. And like I said earlier, we use these trays because when it's time to clean it, we just pull it out, clean it, put it back in, and then put some new material in there. So the other thing I did for the nesting boxes, and I don't know if I needed to do it or not, but I went ahead and put this plywood here, I guess just to give them some privacy, and then also help against wind. Now, the building is going to get battens that'll cover up these seams in between all of the boards, like these here. So I'm not worried about the wind getting in here. Oh, I am going to put a window here. I did decide I want to put a small window there. I just got to find a window first, but we'll get that in there. But anyway, so I did want to just help stop any drafts or anything, so that's why I put that there. But overall, pretty awesome. I think the girls are going to love it. I hope they do. You know, having livestock means, you know, it's their lives depend on us. And, you know, we had a couple of pigs, but pigs are really easy. But with the birds, I just want to make sure they're protected, that they're safe. And, yeah, their lives are in our hands. And that means something. Now, again, this is the first build we've ever done of a chicken coop. I'm pretty proud of it. I really am. I think it's going to work out great. Now, again, like I said, we do have a couple more things we need to do. We obviously need to get the ground cover in there, or the shavings. We need to cut out the door, and then also put up the fencing for the chicken run. We want to put some linoleum in there, and then obviously the lighting. So other than that, this thing is ready for chickens, and I, for one, am absolutely thrilled over it. It's a long time coming. I don't know how many we're going to get to start off. It'll probably be 3 or 5. We don't need too many, you know, and these are just for the layers. So we'll see, though. We'll keep you folks posted. All right. Well, it's been another long day. I'm pretty exhausted. Thanks a lot for sticking around and watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments or any suggestions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. And we'll see you folks on the next video.